America in 2025 finds itself at a crossroads of economic uncertainty. The stock market fluctuates wildly. Job growth has slowed. At the heart of this turmoil stand two figures, President Donald Trump and tech mogul Elon Musk. Are Trump and Musk, either through collaboration or individual ambition, steering America toward economic instability? The stakes couldn't be higher. The livelihoods of millions, the stability of the nation, and the future of American prosperity hang in the balance. The idea that powerful individuals might benefit from economic downturns is not new. As we navigate the choppy waters of the current economic climate, it's crucial to ask, are we witnessing a repeat of history? The year 2008 is seared into the memories of many Americans. The collapse of Lehman Brothers, the bailout of AIG, the plummeting stock market. These events marked the beginning of the Great Recession. For the average American, it was a time of immense hardship. Homes were lost, jobs vanished, and retirement savings evaporated, but for a select few, the crisis presented an opportunity. Hedge fund managers, private equity firms, and other Wall Street players swooped in, buying up distressed assets at bargain prices. They profited handsomely from the misfortune of others, further widening the gap between the haves and the have-nots. The parallels between 2008 and the current economic climate are unsettling. Once again, we see signs of instability, a volatile stock market, slowing job growth and rising inflation. If the economy were to take a significant downturn, Trump and Musk would be well positioned to capitalize on the chaos. This is not to say that they are intentionally causing a crash, but their actions suggest a willingness to prioritize personal gain over the well-being of the country. Since leaving office, Donald Trump has remained a powerful force in American politics. His endorsements carry weight, his rallies draw huge crowds, and his pronouncements on social media continue to shape the national discourse. But beyond his political activities, Trump has also been busy in the world of business and finance. One of Trump's most significant economic initiatives has been his foray into the world of cryptocurrency. In 2024, he established a federal cryptocurrency reserve, a move that was met with a mixture of confusion and concern. Critics argued that it was a reckless gamble, exposing the country's finances to the volatility of the crypto market. Adding to the unease are Trump's pronouncements on the economy. He has repeatedly downplayed concerns about inflation, dismissing it as a temporary blip. Trump's economic policies, both during and after his presidency, have been characterized by a disregard for conventional wisdom and a willingness to embrace risky strategies. Elon Musk, the enigmatic CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has long been a polarizing figure. His admirers hail him as a visionary entrepreneur, a modern-day Thomas Edison who's revolutionizing the automotive and space industries. His detractors, however, see him as a reckless billionaire, a master of self-promotion. Musk's economic impact is undeniable. Tesla, under his leadership, has become the world's most valuable automaker, despite facing production delays and quality control issues. SpaceX, meanwhile, has disrupted the aerospace industry, winning lucrative contracts from NASA and private companies alike. However, Musk's business practices have also drawn scrutiny. He has been accused of union busting, misleading investors, and fostering a toxic work environment. Musk's recent acquisition of Twitter and his subsequent actions as CEO have only intensified concerns about his influence. Section 5, government jobs on the line. One of the most concerning aspects of the current economic climate is the precarious state of government jobs. For decades, government employment has provided millions of Americans with stable, middle-class livelihoods. But in recent years, this vital sector has come under increasing pressure. The Trump administration, as part of its broader effort to shrink the size and scope of government, implemented significant cuts to the federal workforce. These cuts, coupled with hiring freezes and attrition, have left many government agencies understaffed and struggling to fulfill their missions. The impact of these job losses has been felt across the country. In rural communities where government jobs often represent a significant portion of the local economy, the cuts have been particularly devastating. The Biden administration has pledged to reverse some of the Trump-era cuts and invest in government jobs. Section 6, GDP, a game of numbers. The gross domestic product, or GDP, is the most widely used measure of a country's economic output. It represents the total value of all goods and services produced within a country's borders over a specific period. However, the GDP is not without its critics, who argue that it is a flawed metric that fails to capture the true health of an economy. One of the main criticisms of the GDP is that it does not take into account the distribution of wealth. A country with a high GDP may still have a significant portion of its population living in poverty. Another criticism is that the GDP does not account for the value of unpaid work, such as childcare, elder care, and household chores. This work, typically performed by women, is essential to the functioning of society, but is not reflected in traditional economic measures. Furthermore, the GDP does not consider the environmental impact of economic activity. As we move towards a more sustainable and equitable future, it is essential to develop new economic indicators that take into account a broader range of factors. Section 7. A concentration of power. One of the most concerning trends in the American economy is the increasing concentration of power in the hands of a few large corporations. This trend, driven by mergers, acquisitions, and the rise of tech giants, has far-reaching implications for competition, innovation, and the balance of power between corporations and the government. In many industries, a handful of companies now control the vast majority of market share. This concentration of power gives these corporations enormous leverage over consumers, suppliers, and even governments. They can dictate prices, stifle competition, and influence regulations to their advantage. The rise of tech giants like Amazon, Apple, Google, and Facebook has further exacerbated this trend. These companies have leveraged their dominance in online retail, search, social media, and mobile operating systems to expand into new markets. This concentration of power has a number of negative consequences, including higher prices for consumers and reduced innovation. Moreover, the growing power of corporations poses a threat to democracy. Section 8. Riding the wave of instability. In times of economic uncertainty, some individuals and corporations see opportunity amidst the chaos. They're not deterred by market volatility, job losses, or the prospect of a recession. Instead, they see these events as chances to buy low, consolidate their holdings, and emerge from the turmoil even stronger. These are the economic opportunists, the individuals and entities who thrive on instability. They are often characterized by their willingness to take risks, their access to capital, and their ability to move quickly when opportunities arise. For some, economic opportunism is a form of predatory behavior. They profit from the misfortune of others, buying up distressed assets at bargain prices. Regardless of one's views on economic opportunism, there is no denying that it plays a significant role in shaping the economy, particularly during times of crisis. As we look toward the future of American prosperity, it's essential to acknowledge the recent past and the policies that have shaped our current economic landscape. Under President Donald Trump, the United States saw a series of significant economic changes that have left a lasting impact. One of the most notable achievements was job growth. During his tenure, the unemployment rate fell to historic lows, benefiting millions of Americans across various sectors. This period of job creation provided stability and new opportunities for families nationwide. Another cornerstone of Trump's economic policy was the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017. This legislation aimed to reduce the tax burden on individuals and businesses, spurring economic activity and investment. For many, this meant more take-home pay and greater financial freedom. Deregulation efforts also played a crucial role. By rolling back numerous regulations, Trump's administration aimed to reduce the bureaucratic hurdles that businesses often face. This created a more favorable environment for entrepreneurship and innovation, allowing businesses to thrive. While these policies have been subject to debate, their positive impacts on job creation, tax relief, and business growth cannot be ignored. As we chart the course for America's economic future, understanding these contributions helps us appreciate the complex tapestry of factors that influence our prosperity. Ultimately, the legacy of Trump's economic policies will be measured by their lasting effects on the American economy and the lives of its citizens. As we move forward, it is crucial to build on these successes, while addressing the challenges that remain, ensuring a prosperous and equitable future for all. Section 9. The future of American prosperity. The American economy stands at a crossroads. The decisions made today will have far-reaching consequences for the future of the country and its citizens. Will we continue down a path of increasing inequality, environmental degradation, and corporate dominance, or will we choose a different path, one that prioritizes sustainability, fairness, and the well-being of all Americans? The United States possesses vast resources, a skilled workforce, and a spirit of innovation that has driven progress for generations. By harnessing these strengths, we can build a more prosperous and equitable future for all. However, achieving this vision will require a fundamental shift in our thinking. We must move away from the short-term, profit-driven mentality that has dominated our economic policies for too long. Instead, we must embrace a more holistic approach that considers the long-term well-being of our people and our planet. The future of American prosperity depends on our willingness to make bold choices and challenge the status quo.